It's not going my way.
What is up, beautiful people? First, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Secondly, life has been lifing. Law school has been law schooling. Today, we are going to unpack all of that. Keithley style. So for those who don't know, my name is Taylor. I go by Mocha. I also make music, and I am a first generation law student. Went to undergrad at FAMU, and now I am at Stetson Law. I kind of want to do a recap of my first semester, and then we'll go into second semester. A lot has transpired since starting school in August, and it's important to be transparent and to be vulnerable. Law school is not easy. First semester, I took 4 classes, and the school picks your first semester classes for you, your first year in particular. Criminal law, contracts, research and writing 1, and civil procedure. And if you see me panning to my right, I have notes so I stay on track.
He is ready as always. Give it up.
So yes, I took those 4 classes last semester, and I will say I think I enjoyed criminal law and contracts the most, simply because I think it requires more abstract thinking than civil procedure. Civil procedure is very mechanical, very black and white, and a little boring in my opinion, just because it's more concrete than abstract. But I will say, once you get it, you get it, because it is so mechanical. Once you know the rules, once you get down the formulas, you're fine in that class. The professors, they really want you to come see them. They would say that all the time in classes, and even if they didn't want you to see them, see the TAs, so it was never a feeling of, oh, I don't know where to go to, because everyone is willing to help. From the professors to the TAs to the academic success, even the librarians, they want you to go see them. People want to do their job here.
One of my elite employees.
I did not feel like I was alone in terms of resources. You can have the right answer. The answer could be right. It's just not right enough or detailed enough.
Just answer the question, okay? Please don't play with me right now.
Cold calling?
She not talking to me like.
You can know the answer, but just the feeling of hearing your name and it go dead silent and the professor just goes, it's on you. Mic is on. Blank out. And it's okay. Like it happens. It happened to me. I eventually got back on my feet. It happened to a lot of my peers. It happens. Just give yourself time to think. Don't feel like when they call your name, you have to say something there. Say, okay, give me a second. And if you don't know the answer to, I've never done this, but there's been people in my class, they got cold called on, and they literally was like, no, thank you.
Why would she say that?
Cold calling, yes, it is scary, but it's not that bad. You will get through it. I got cold called on twice last semester, once this semester, and I've been eating it up. 4 + 4, 8, no problem. Is it hard? Yes. But what makes it so hard is that every single class, you're learning dense material. Like there's no such thing, oh, we're just recapping last class, or, oh, we're just gonna end early and let you guys go, there's nothing to cover. Every 2 hours of that class matters. So every day it's new notes. Every day it's new concepts. It's things being expanded and expounded upon that was in the textbook, that wasn't in the textbooks. You have your peers asking questions, you have your professor asking questions, hypos, like there's so much going on every single class throughout the entire semester. So the problem is the material was just so dense that you have to figure out how to manipulate that in your favor. Learn how you learn best. Are you a visual learner? Do you like to listen to lectures? Do you like to make flashcards? Like, how does that work for you? And figure that out early. It'll save yourself a lot of time. For me in particular, I know I'm a writer. I bring my laptop to class, but I hate typing my notes. I hate typing for exams. I have to write it out.
What?
Sounds crazy. People are like, what? It just flows better for me. For years, I've been journaling and writing songs and writing music. So writing with a pen and a paper, it protects my peace. It does not stress me out. Another thing too, those cases, when you first start class, those cases are so long. And as time progresses on, you read faster and you know what to look for. Also, start outlining early. Don't wait till reading period. Don't just pick one friend group. Don't just talk to people that you sit with. Speak to people. When you see them walking around, you know you have a class with them. Hey, how you doing? Compliment them. These are people that you're going to spend the next few years with. Get to know them. I learned that a lot of people know me. Granted, I am the only Black woman in my class, so it's like, how would you not notice me? Make the people around you feel seen. You know, you are sharing a classroom with this person. Speak to them outside of class. Like, come on.
Where's the decorum?
The morals.
Decorum.
But you
I will also say that attitude goes a long way. One thing about me, I'm gonna keep it cute and I'm gonna keep it positive. You're never gonna know when I'm going through something. And that just, it helps, you know, because law school is hard, y'all. Don't get in your head. You have to, sometimes you're gonna take L's. Maybe a cold call didn't go your way. Maybe you didn't get a certain grade on something, or maybe you're still not understanding something even after office hours. It's going to happen. Don't let that define you and don't let that get you stuck. I'm a Christian and I think faith is just essential. Taking that time to acknowledge him, thank him, spend time with him. Don't just pray before your test, you know, keep that alive and keep that going throughout the semester. Build relationships with people that are not in your class. So I'm a 1L. I built relationships with a lot of 2Ls and 3Ls. They've been where you are, okay? A lot of them have insights on what classes to possibly take, what professors are good. They just have a lot of recommendations that are very, 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 very useful. Also, get more than one outline. I'm not saying completely use someone else's outline. Don't just take one person's outline and go with it unless you feel like it's phenomenal and it meets all your needs. But I would at least get 2 to 3 outlines. Don't just stick to one outline before curating your own outline. First semester ended fine. The main thing I just took away from was, okay, I can do this, and how can I do even better next semester, you know? American constitutional law, tort law, property, and research and writing 2 with a concentration in environmental law. Honestly, I really don't know what's my favorite at this point. I guess my least favorite would be research and writing 2. It's a lot. There's a lot of background into like administration law that we just haven't covered yet as 1Ls that they're implementing into this course with environmental law, which can be a little frustrating. I was actually appointed to be a student ambassador for my school. It was a process where like over 100 students. I'm also involved in BOLSA, you know, as a Black woman. It's not just about, oh, let me just be with the Black people. The first Black person that ever attended Stetson was in, or graduated from Stetson, was in the 1970s. That's not long ago. Representation matters. Point blank, period. It's a great networking pool for people who understand me, who look like me. That's something that's important to me. Making a decision about being more active on campus, right? First year, especially your first semester, I wouldn't recommend being involved heavily in student orgs. Attend some general body meetings, just learn, dibble and dabble, go to events and stuff like that. But I wouldn't make my main focus on joining those orgs or several orgs your first semester. Now that I've kind of I've gotten my feet wet, I've attended some meetings and I've been able to observe how they conduct themselves on campus, I have a better interest of what I want to be involved in. Be aware of the commitment level that these orgs that you're thinking about requires, and let that play a role into what you pick. Right now, I am also trying to get an internship. With internships, be ambitious, but also be resourceful. You feel me? I know you may think that, or you may even know, I definitely want to go into this field of law. Even if you can't get in the domain that you are interested in the most, get something, be open. Be resourceful to what's in front of you. Use your school as resource. I have a few opportunities at hand. I'll probably make a separate video about that as well. I will say that the first year, you definitely want to do something in the summer, right? The goal of the summer of your 1L year, add something to that resume. I'm trying to get a paid internship.
I was running to the bank, sweetie. Honey, Donald Trump.
And stack my money. Because that's another thing. Listen here, as a full-time student, you need to figure out how you're gonna make some money. In law school, you have to find some sources of income unless you are fortunate to have like your parents or someone pay for everything. I got a job and I'm a full-time student. Luckily, my job is on campus. I work in the student affairs office and I also work in the library, but I do work on campus. If you are a first year student, I would recommend trying to find a job at your school. So now we're gonna get a little personal. It's important that we just have real life being told. You know, I think every day we're tested to be everything but ourselves and to lean into anything but our center and our soul and who God has called us to be. I have no problem wearing my heart on my sleeve. For a long time, law school seemed very big because I didn't know anybody that did it. I am learning to give myself more credit for how far I've come. My first semester, literally in the middle of the semester, I had to move while driving back and forth from Orlando to St. Pete, because that's where my school is. Driving was already tough enough. Time out. Florida has the worst drivers. Like, y'all can't drive. Anyway, back on track. But I had to figure out a lot in the middle of the semester. I wanted to give up, but I remained positive and I was like, you know what, God, like, just getting through is the test. Not how you get through, but just getting through. So I'm like, okay, I'm meant to be here. And then for that to happen, it's like, am I supposed to be here? I went through that my first semester. Second semester, I'm like, you know what? Nothing can stop me. Second semester comes. I want to say it was a day or 2 days before class starts on my second semester. I don't have my car anymore.
Open the curtain. And you will see there's no car. Are you stressed?
I felt like, okay, God, last semester wasn't the test. How many tests do you have for me? Even if God isn't blessing you, if you see God blessing others, rejoice. Don't ever feel like they have it so easy. What about me? What about me? What about you? They have a different struggle than you. Do you think you want to trade struggles? The start of my second semester was hard because I'm here again having to figure out things essentially on my own. And I felt alone. I felt really alone, and at times I still feel alone because at the end of the day, first, as a first generation law student, there are going to be so many things you have to ask about and also find the solution to. For one, I can't stop thinking about like law concepts, whether I'm watching a movie, where I'm talking to somebody, walking down the street. It literally rewires your brain. Like, you're gonna become a different thinker. And I already overthink, so this is just like, great. I'm a morning person, and I will be honest when I say second semester has disrupted me out of that. There's gonna be a lot of sleepless nights. A lot of staying up late. A lot of those. Once you feel it starting to affect your health, and you're doing it multiple times in a week, like back to back, no. Don't forget to pour into yourself. Spiritually, but also just what you eat. Because if you're not okay, you can't do your work. My idea of dating has completely changed. Before law school started, you could hit me up same day, make a date. Now, I need at least
few moments later, a few minutes later, 3 days later,
3 days in advance. My schedule has just changed, and now that I'm in law school, I still don't want a relationship. Law school just eats away at what's normal for you. There are times where it's like, okay, I want to go on a date. I literally just don't have the time. Trying to talk to someone, and when I say date, I mean just people. Like, it's not even one person, it's people that you go on dates with and you get to know. Platonic. Even my willingness and openness to want to date people has changed, because it's like, okay, this is gonna be a waste of time. And it's hard to find someone who genuinely understands. When you get in law school, only a select people are going to understand your struggle and are going to understand your schedule. A lot of people are not going to understand that. So by that alone, you are already down to a limited pool of people. Self-care. Get my nails and stuff done. Get my hair and stuff done. Just do things that I like to do. Go to the beach more. Just go out more. Making time for yourself also means making time for you to succeed. Don't just go out and do stuff and forget about work. Like, use that as a time to rejuvenate yourself and, to give yourself some rest so that you can come back and attack your goals. The goal is not just to make time for yourself, but to make time for you to succeed. Those two have to be connected, if that makes sense. Also, in the process of just like getting to know the area that my law school is in more, there's a lot of beaches around here. It's not just about the four walls of your law school. Go out into the community where your law school is. So many good restaurants. Take the time to visit something new. And even if we're just going there to study, get outside of the library. Get outside. Go outside. Time is going to pass by regardless. That hand on the clock, it moves at the same pace every single day. Use up all the resources that you can. Maximize every opportunity here. The time is going to pass regardless. Try to manipulate it in your favor. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And whether or not you are in law school, you're thinking about law school, or if you're just supporting this video, understand that God has a plan for you. Understand that you don't have to understand everything. He's never going to place you where he can't propel you. Do your best every day.
Everything not going my way doesn't mean it's not going my way.